What is the pettiest thing a coworker has ever done to you? 1. I worked at a small accounting firm for about 3 years, and I shared an office with a guy named Chris, who had been there since basically the beginning of time. One day I bought a small desk fan because the office ran hot. Just a little $12 plastic fan from the drugstore. Chris immediately filed a formal complaint with HR saying my fan was creating a disturbance. HR called me in. I had to write a statement defending my fan. The fan was silent. I even tested it with a decibel meter on my phone. Chris just didn't like that I had something he did not. The following week, he proceeded to buy a bigger fan. 2. I was a shift supervisor at a coffee chain, and one of my baristas, a grown adult woman in her 30s, started keeping a notebook. Not for orders, not for training notes. A notebook specifically to log every time I used the phrase, "just so you know." She told me at a team meeting in front of everyone that I had said it 47 times in 1 month and that she found it condescending. She had dates. She had timestamps. She had highlighted entries. I stood there looking at this woman holding a spiral notebook filled with evidence against my verbal tics, and I genuinely didn't know what planet that woman was living on. 3. I used to work nights at a hospital doing facilities maintenance, and there was a guy on my crew named Phil who decided at some point that I had stolen his preferred mop. Not my mop, not a mop with his name on it, just a mop he liked. So Phil started hiding the supply cart before my shift started. Every single night for 6 weeks, he would wheel the cart into a different storage room and lock it so I would have to spend the first 20 minutes of my shift tracking down cleaning supplies. Facilities manager thought it was me being disorganized. Phil watched me get written up and said nothing. I only found out because a security guard saw him doing it on camera and thought it was so funny he told me in person. 4. I was a junior copywriter at a mid-size agency, and I sat next to a woman named Carla who had been passed over for the promotion that I got. Fine, that happens. What was not fine was that Carla started forwarding my emails. Not replying, not CCing, forwarding them to my boss with no comment right after I sent them. Just so he would see them twice. Every email. For 4 months. When my boss finally asked her why she was doing it, she said she wanted to make sure nothing fell through the cracks. He actually thanked her. I quit 8 weeks later. 5. This one still makes my eye twitch. I managed a small retail team, and one of my employees, a 22-year-old named Bryce, decided he was unhappy with his schedule. Instead of talking to me, he created a fake Yelp account and left the store a 1-star review that said the assistant manager seemed distracted and possibly undertrained. I was the assistant manager. He used a photo of a sunset as his profile picture and named the account Gary T. We had one customer named Gary that entire month, and I know for a fact it was not him, because Gary T. was a 70-year-old retired electrician who paid an exact change, and Bryce could not have known that much about him. I confronted Bryce directly, and he told me he had never heard of Yelp.